Yeah, we'll have them in France. I think France will be first. We're going to do Caliber, our Excalibur in the Old West book is going to be French, published by a company called Dargaud.
Oh, wow.
And I anticipate there's going to be a whole bunch like that, where in different countries. I mean, with Witchblade at Top Cow, I mean, we had it was all over the world when at its peak.
This one tripped me out, too.
Yeah, Last Days of American Crime is an excellent book. You see the art by Greg Tocchini is like...
There's a movie.
It's rooted definitely in a realistic kind of world. You know, where the world could be in a few
And these
years.
guys are trying to get the last crime in just before.
Yeah, because they're passing on, like basically they're going to broadcast a signal that makes people unable to commit crimes. So these people find out that in 2 days it's going to happen, so they want to do like this incredible heist.
Now, another one we were talking about yesterday, was it this artwork, Johnny Depp's involvement? And how did that come about?
Well, I think the guy who wrote it, Sam Sarkar, is actually he's an executive at Johnny Depp's production company. This is really he co-created the project with Radical, and he's very involved in it.
Was that something he created and he came to you guys, or he just was part of Radical already? Or?
I think he came to Radical with the idea, and sometimes it's different. I mean, Hercules, for example, that was created by Radical. Wait, which one? Oh, here. Give some comments while I'm. Hercules was something that was created by Radical and basically developed internally. So we go both ways. Sometimes like people will come to us with projects. A lot of new ones coming out. We have one called Abattoir by Darren Bousman, who did Saw.
Wow.
He wrote and directed the second Saw movie and directed Saw 2, 3, and 4. And it's a whole new franchise that we're starting with him. And there's a whole bunch of other creators who we're working with who bring us their concepts and we develop it with them. Incarnate with Nick Simmons was like that too.
We talked about that tripped me out. I heard he also told me that it's going to happen on the TV show. They're going to bring it up at some level or something. Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the reality show, I mean, he devotes a lot of his time to writing and drawing the book. So, I mean, on the show, there's going to be episodes where he's drawing, and you know, we're calling him, trying to get him to work because the book is late, or there's all different things that can happen.
I haven't read the comic yet, but I could tell there's a little Japanese Asian influence on it.
Oh, he loves manga. I mean, he's a huge manga fan. I know from seeing enough interviews of his that Berserk is his favorite manga book.
Really are.
And
he tries to put weird. When I started at Top Cow, there were only like 4 people there, so I was basically part of the growth. Whereas I think when I came to Radical, they already had a vision of where they wanted to be. And the one similarity is that at Top Cow, I worked for Mark Silvestri, who was my boss. And he had this really strong vision for what he wanted, and he's an artist. And at Radical, I worked for Barry Levine, who was a photographer, like he's a really accomplished rock photographer. And they both had a particular vision for the way they want the art to look. And I know among my other jobs is to make sure that the look of the book matches what I see his vision as. And that's definitely the similarity between the two companies. I mean, the look that Top Cow went for versus the look that Radical goes for is totally different.
Oh, big time.
But it's the same. Well, I mean, Radical is more expansive. I mean, you know, we have all different styles. I mean, the manga style in here is completely different than the style in here and all the other books that we have. Whereas Shocknell is a whole, like, concept art kind of photo real style. And I think they all like fit under the Radical umbrella. So it's a Incarnate, which could be really cool.
And
City of Dust, the script is big red.
oh, that one. Tell me about that. To me, that looks
You
like.
can explain that one a little bit better than me.
Tell me about that.
Certainly, it's a science fiction and horror from Steve Niles, the person who Steve Niles created 30 Days a Night for it, both the screenplay and the comic series. City of Dust is it's a mixture of both. George Orwell's 1984 and Blade Runner, where basically in the future, imagination, religion, fantasy has all been outlawed. And Philip Chrome, he's a detective, where in the future you have like machines that kind of do all the detective work for you. So all of a sudden, there's these creatures like the Frankenstein monster, Dracula, the Wolfman. They're committing these crimes, you know, in the city, and they're not human. So like the DNA machines can't pick up anything. So Philip Chrome's kind of put in a situation where he has to like be a detective, like actually use his own skills in figuring out what's causing this. You know, there's like a scientist that kind of created these monsters. You know, they're not human, they're machines. But there's a more twist to the story than that.